Vikings QB War, why Kyler Murray versus JJ McCarthy might split Minnesota's locker room. What's the play? 6 and 12. Estimated runtime, 8 to 10 minutes. 1,400 words narrated 1. Narrator. Picture two guys in a classroom. One sits on the left, one sits on the right. Nobody talks. Nobody has to. Everybody in the room knows exactly why it's awkward. That's not a metaphor from some Netflix teen drama. That's JJ McCarthy describing his actual life right now, sharing a quarterback room with Kyler Murray in Eagan, Minnesota. One job, two starters, zero clarity. And a Minnesota Vikings locker room that's reportedly already picking up on the tension. This isn't just a training camp battle. This might be the most important quarterback decision this franchise has made in a decade. Let's break it down. 2. The incumbent, JJ McCarthy, 0-30 to 2-30. Narrator. Start with the guy who was supposed to already own this job. JJ McCarthy was a top 10 pick. Before that, he went 27-1 as a starter at Michigan and won a national championship. This isn't a guy who's unfamiliar with pressure or with winning. But here's the cruel part of his story. McCarthy hasn't gotten a real runway. A knee injury wiped out his entire rookie season before he took a single regular season snap. Then in 2025, he finally got his shot. And it was rough. 10 starts, 1,632 yards, 11 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Those are not the numbers of a franchise quarterback locking down a job. Those are the numbers of a guy still learning on the fly in real NFL games against real NFL defenses. And that's the case for patience. This is only year 3 for McCarthy, but really it's more like year 1.5 of actual football. He knows Kevin O'Connell's system now. He's healthy for a full offseason for the first time in his career. He's had a full offseason with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Jawan Jennings. Arguably the best receiver trio in the entire NFL. If quarterback development is about reps, continuity, and weapons, McCarthy finally has all three. The counter-argument writes itself too, though. At some point, he's still learning. Stops being an excuse and starts being a diagnosis. That's exactly why Minnesota didn't just hand him the job this offseason. They went out and got a proven answer instead. 3. The veteran, Kyler Murray, 2-30 4-30. Narrator. Now here's the guy nobody expected to be wearing purple. Kyler Murray signed with the Vikings this offseason on a 1-year deal at the league minimum, $1.3 million. For context, the Arizona Cardinals are still paying $36 million of his old contract just to not have him anymore. Let that sink in. Minnesota got a former Offensive Rookie of the Year, a back-to-back Pro Bowler, a 3-time All-Pro for pocket change. 7 NFL seasons, actual playoff experience. That resume dwarfs anything else on this roster not named Jefferson. So why is he even available for that price? That's the real story. A change of scenery, a fresh start, a guy with something to prove after Arizona moved on. But make no mistake, the tools are still there. Murray's arm talent is elite. And the thing that shows up nowhere on a stat sheet from OTAs, his legs, is arguably the single biggest separator between these two quarterbacks. Minicamp is all shorts and non-contact drills. Nobody's tackling anybody, which means the scariest part of Kyler Murray's game, the improvisation, the ability to turn a busted play into a 20-yard gain with his feet, hasn't even been on display yet. Wait until training camp. Wait until the pads come on. That changes everything. He costs almost nothing. He's a proven winner. And the version of him that made defensive coordinators lose sleep in Arizona hasn't even shown up to Minnesota yet. 4. Narrator. So how's this actually playing out on the field? In June minicamp, Kevin O'Connell did something a lot of coaches wouldn't have the guts to do. He split the reps evenly. Both quarterbacks took snaps with the first team. Both took snaps with the second team. No hierarchy, no hints. Then came Tuesday, and Tuesday got messy for one of them. Kyler Murray threw 2 interceptions. Meanwhile, JJ McCarthy was nearly flawless. 1 incompletion in the entire practice. That's it. Vikings fans on Reddit did what Vikings fans do. They overreacted immediately. "Cut Murray now" was a real sentence people typed out loud. But here's where it gets interesting. ESPN's Kevin Seifert watched the same practice, and came away with a completely different read. His take: Murray remains the favorite. His words: arm talent, trajectory variation, and sheer speed of the passes were, quote, clearly superior. So who do you believe? The box score from one Tuesday practice, or the trained eye that's watched 100 quarterback competitions? That's the tension driving this entire summer, and Kevin O'Connell isn't helping anybody figure it out. His response when asked about it: I wouldn't read much into who gets what on which days. Translation: he knows exactly what's happening, and he is not telling you. Here's the thing both sides need to remember. None of this, not one snap of it, has happened in pads. Real training camp starts when rookies report July 26th and veterans follow on the 28th. That's when Brian Flores' defense starts simulating actual game speed looks. And the first true external test comes August 19th and 20th, when the Vikings run joint practices against the Ravens. That's the moment this competition stops being a controlled classroom exercise and starts looking like real football. 5. Narrator. Let's talk about why this decision matters more than a normal quarterback battle. Justin Jefferson is in the prime of his career right now. Every season without a stable, competent quarterback throwing him the ball is a wasted year of a generational talent. The Vikings do not have unlimited windows here. If McCarthy wins the job, it's a bet on upside, a former top 10 pick finally getting his runway, with the receivers and system to make it work and years of team control ahead. If Murray wins it, it's a bet on the floor, a proven veteran who can extend plays, protect a stacked receiver room from empty possessions, and win now, even on a one-year rental. And whoever wins this job doesn't get a soft landing. Week 1, September